Hi, welcome all signs. This is Moonlight Witchery. I'm Edie, and we're going to be doing a reading for the weekend of December 1st and 2nd, 2018. So for this weekend, I'm feeling Sagittarius. In the recent past, I feel that there has been some energy of going inward, of not sharing so much of your energy outwardly. I feel like it has been a time for you to really reflect on what it is that you want and what you don't want. I feel like this is a time of great manifestation for you. So you're really contemplating on what it is that you want and what you don't want. I almost feel like there's a list of people inside of Sagittarians who are making a list of things that they want, and they're doing the pros and cons list of those types of things. I also feel for those of you who are into some magic energy that you will be doing some magic energy, and it is a good time for you this weekend to be doing it, or contemplating coming up in the new moon, what it is that you want to enter into your life. This is a period of energy just opening up. And I feel very soon that things that you're thinking of will begin to instantly manifest. So I feel like Sagittarians for a long time that you have been contemplating why things have not been working out for you. And I almost feel like karmically, as much as you don't like this, it is almost certain things that you are paying off karmically that have been now cleared. It is like this is the weekend that a new slate begins for you in your love life. So I feel like this is pretty heavy energy, and I also feel like it's pretty amazing energy, because what's presenting to you this weekend is a beautiful love. And I do feel this is a love that is coming back from the past. For those of you that have been wishing for this, this is the weekend that it's going to happen. This is the contemplation time of all the manifestations of all the things that you have thought of that are in the good, that are for the betterment of your good, for your future, Sagittarians. I feel like this is the weekend that your wishes come true. And in the future, I see that you have the Star card. So once again, if you think that this is going to be a lucky weekend for you, this is just the beginning. And it almost feels like, I really honestly feel like it's bringing me to tears sometimes a little bit here, feeling the energy here, because you've been waiting a long, long time for this to be happening. You put in a lot of energy, you've manifested, you have really invested a lot of energy into what it is that you want in your life. And you've decided that there's things that you've worked really diligently for, and now is the time that you're releasing those things, because you're seeing that it's not serving you for the betterment of the whole, for the good of the whole of your life. So you know, this is a pretty heavy, actually, energy coming down for you right now, Sagittarius. So right now, I'm feeling for those of you who are single, there is an energy of love coming to you. So get out there. I feel like this whole month you should be getting out and enjoying yourself. If you're single, this is the time that you're going to meet somebody who's going to be very important in your life. Or this weekend is a good weekend for it. And is good practice for you, even if you don't meet somebody. So singles, get out there. For those of you that are in a relationship, I feel like it is a new beginning, like you're beginning to open up to your partner, and you're going to start to really manifest things on all levels. I feel like you're going to manifest things on a physical level. I feel like you're going to manifest things on a mental level, and I feel like you're going to manifest things on a spiritual level. So all of these things keep you equal with the person that you want to be with. I feel like for some of you, there is a person coming back in your life, and that was in your past, and this is the weekend that they open everything up to you. And I almost feel like they are going to come to you with a gift. If it is your birthday this weekend, they're coming to you with a really substantial gift and something that means something dearly to you, and they don't even have any expectations, because I feel for some of you, this person's been away for a very long time, and they really don't expect you. They expect you to have moved on. And in a way you did. You've dropped the attachment to this relationship, but you really didn't drop the love for it, because I feel like a lot of you are still in love and have been separated from the person that you wish to be with. So there is a reconciliation this weekend, and that is really lovely and beautiful, and it's very passionate, and you guys go, because that's amazing, and you deserve it, because you have worked hard and you have been in a position where you had many opportunities to go different paths, but you chose to just still stay diligently sticking to yourself and to bettering your own self in life. And now is the time for prosperity to start turning around and showing you all that hard work that you put in. Now is the time that it's going to start to return to you. So many, many blessings to you, Sagittarians, and I'm very excited for you. Happy, happy birthday. So there's one more card here on the bottom of the deck for the weekend. It is the 10 of Pentacles. And this card is a lovely card, because what it is talking about is a great marriage, great relationship, you know, a good home life. For those of you who are single, a good home life, you're happy, you're content. However, I do feel like I've been feeling that this is the time for Sagittarians who really wish to be in a relationship. Get out there, get out, have some fun, get out in the community. This is important. Those things that have sort of a spiritually based energy to them, I feel like that's where you singles, if you go out, you'll find the person that you're most in flow with. I also feel like you don't want any flaky new age energy. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So you don't want any energy that's flaky of any sort. Sagittarians, I feel like you've attracted enough of your fill of that and you're done with it. You want somebody who's genuine and really lives the way you live, whether they have that spiritual practice in essence or not. But if you are single, for sure, go out into those places, like maybe go to yoga, go to a meditation class, go to a drum circle, those types of things. I feel like that's where you may meet somebody along the same wavelength as you. I also feel, Sagittarians, that for those of you who, there's those of you who have somebody coming back to you, and this is a very special union. I feel like this is divinely guided. Almost like for those of you who are saying, no, I'm never going back to that person, the other person's mirroring you, but yet you end up somehow in the same place. For this group of you, I feel like you end up in the same place at the same event, not knowingly, and it just sparks a whole new beginning for you. That's for a group of you. And I also feel like for another group of you, there is still people coming back into your life. If you haven't met someone this weekend, there's still someone that's going to come back in your life in some fashion. So that's pretty exciting for you. And I do also feel like this is a really important time for, if you don't have the things that you want in your life, that with these 4 cards together, I feel like is the time that you're going to start wishing for the things that you want, and you're going to get those things that you want, Sagittarius. This is the time that Jupiter is in your sign. This is the time that new beginnings are beginning for you of all sorts. This is the time of manifestation. So what you think is going to come to be. If your life is not the way you want it to be, it's because you're thinking it so. So stop thinking of the negative. Keep moving forward. Keep thinking about those beautiful rewards that you want, the beginning of flowing in within your community. I feel like some of you are beginning a new business. You really have all your ducks in a row and you're bringing that to the forefront this weekend, which is amazing. And congratulations for you, because you've worked really hard, and there's going to be some really great benefits coming to you, Sagittarians, from this opening of this weekend. So that's really fantastic. Keep on working, keep on doing that hard work. It's coming to you. I feel like for a group of you who have had some trouble within your relationships, who are together, this is the time that things begin to smooth out, is this weekend. Many blessings are coming towards you. So no matter what is going on in your life, I feel that this weekend is definitely an opening of resetting everything that you want in your life. This is a chance of you really concentrating and really understanding how you manifest. I feel like everything that you have learned up into your life right now, Sagittarius, is the time that your ships have come in. You're reaping all the benefits of all the things that you've put in for the last long little while. So congratulations to you, Sagittarians, because this looks like a beautiful weekend coming to you. And I am very, very excited for you, for what's coming. So we'll talk to you soon. And the energy of the Love Shack, I feel like, is really blessing you this weekend in all aspects. When your love life is in order, I feel like the next thing that comes into order is your finances. It may not be perfect, but it's on its way. I guarantee you it's on its way. So keep on keeping on, and happy birthday, Sagittarians. All right, we're going to be moving on here to Capricorn. And for the weekend of December 1st, 2018, the energies of Capricorn. Oh, your energy is moving a little slow here, Capricorn. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. All right. So, I feel like wow. This is something, because I'm feeling like, you know, this heavy energy came in, and I'm not sure if some of you are maybe dealing with an actual physical death in the family, but possibly I feel like there's a group of you that are, and I feel like there's a message for the person who is a loved one. I feel like they're an older woman, like a grandmother figure, or a mother that is possibly really a lot older. Could be your grandmother type of thing. So there, I feel like within that energy, I feel like they want to say that they love you. They're thinking of you in this time, in this transitional time, and not to worry, okay? I feel like they're really behind you. They really got your back on a bigger way from the other side. And there is something there about bells. I feel like when you hear little bells, I feel like you're hearing bells, and you think it's maybe just the Christmas season, but there's times when you're around alone at home when there's nothing on that's going to create that noise, and you hear it, and that's like a message from this person that they wish to tell you that they love you and they got your back. Okay, so that's a beautiful message from the other side for those who have passed on or have recently have lost somebody. I feel like their fight was, you know, long and struggled. So I don't want to get too much into that. It's very specific getting into someone's reading here. But if you want more messages from that energy, then you can just contact me and can go into a further deeper reading. But for now, I feel like a lot of you who are dealing with a very troublesome situation in your love life, I feel like there's been a lot of turmoil, but you have sort of laid boundaries down now, and this is it. Like, you're done. You are like so done, I feel, Capricorn, with letting people walk on you in your life. That's what I feel like. You're just done with it. You're like, you're setting your boundaries, and that's all. You're not debating anything with people anymore. You're just going to show them this is that you mean business. And when you're doing this is the first time that they're seeing this side of you, And they're like, whoa, I'm not going to mess with you anymore, Cappy. I'm not going to mess with you, Capricorn. Not going to mess with you anymore. And I feel like they do a turnaround. So I also feel like some of you are dealing with a partner who is depressed. And so you still are laying down strong boundaries for this person so that they can grow as well as you, because it's draining you and you're done with that energy. I also feel, Capricorns, that there is some energy coming in of finances for you. And the energy that's coming in, I feel some of you are gaining an inheritance this month. It's fairly substantial. You may want to talk with somebody on a financial advisor, something of that nature. But also maybe those of you who are attached, I feel like you can talk with your partner and they're pretty good with finances, so that you can, you know, figure out where you're going to put your money. I feel is a good thing to be talking about. Even though you're grieving, I feel like this is important for you to pay attention to your finances, because I feel like in the past you've done this as well. When somebody has passed in the past, you have not paid attention to your finances, and it puts you in a difficult spot where you could have figured things differently. So right now, I feel like at this time that you really need to concentrate on some grounding things, because the heavens have got your back. So don't worry too much. Give yourself time for grieving, but then move on. Even if it's a time of divorce for you, I feel for some of you, this is an energy of divorce that I'm feeling. So I was shuffling before, and on the bottom of the deck, Capricorns, I put this back in because I'm like, I think it's this supposed to be there, but it came in a bunch, so I put it back in. I wasn't sure, and sure enough, it came out. The World. So that means that this is a whole new opening for you, Capricorns. And when this energy opens up, what's going to happen is that with the energy opening up, there's an opportunity for you to have new love, new finances, for you to join finances if this is a new love. Also for you to bring to a relationship where before you've been able to bring energy but not finances, and now you're able to bring finances forward. So now that you're able to do that, what's going to happen is that there is going to be some energy that you're going to have to release, this codependency. I feel like in the past you may have been a little codependent, and you have fought long and hard to release that energy, and this is the final little piece for you, and you're able to do so in a good way. And I also feel like your partner is supporting you through this as well. For those of you that are in a good relationship, your partner is supporting you. When I look at the World, and I look at the Wheel of Fortune, and I look at these other two cards from the past, this difficulty in the death of things, transformation, I feel like this is such a whirlwind of fast energy moving. This weekend is going to be really transformative for you, Capricorn. So blessings to you, and your energy is going to be straightened out. This energy is going to be straightened out soon. So just be patient with it and ride the wave is what I want to say. Ride the wave, Cappies. So we'll talk to you soon, and enjoy your weekend in the Love Shack. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to the energy of Aquarius. So what does the energy of the angelic energies of the people in the Love Shack saying for you, Aquarius? This is the Ace of Cups. Ooh. Okay, I feel is in the future. You know, it feels like all those cards want to come out, but I'm going to just not have that. We'll have one more card on the bottom of the deck. All right. So what I was feeling was that there has been an energy of, you know, a lot of past success. I feel like there's been a lot of passion lately in your relationships. And I feel like there has been some smoothing out, Aquarius, of energies from the past that have not suited you. And I feel like, you know, you're looking at things right now, Aquarians, as somebody has, I feel like there's a group of you who have been really hurt in the past, Aquarius, first of all. And I feel like you put energy into a relationship where you did not get back what you thought you put in. And you sort of like that you told that relationship, the person in that relationship, that you're done. Okay? I feel like you ended it in the past. And then I feel like you looked at it like you lost. And I feel like this weekend you really realize that in the past, all this time that you thought that everything was really great and they were kind of showing off and you were really feeling bad and sad, you realize this weekend that it's all phony. You see the energy for the first time that it's all phony, and that you are following your intuition and you did the right thing, because what it is that happened was that they had a little bit of the energy that you wanted, that you felt you were missing. But then in the long run, they couldn't sustain it. It was a false mask that they were putting on. They just told you what you wanted to hear and you got sucked in. And you know what? They did a good job. And it's a good thing, because I feel like you saw through it, even though it was difficult. You moved through it, and congratulations. And now you're getting your just rewards. I feel like something that you've been wanting for a long, long time, that you've suffered, that you've given up, that you have kept on having the goal of that this is what you want, this is what you want to do. Your focus is there on that. And I feel like you've wanted it. And now this is the weekend that it comes to you. This is the weekend that it comes to you in all the ways that you wanted, Aquarius. I feel like this is such a passionate weekend. I feel like those of you, for some of you, I feel like for a group of you who want to get pregnant, you're getting pregnant, okay? Or you find out you're pregnant, or there's celebration, and this is like a communal celebration, so it's like lots of family around and that sort of thing. So it's really, really something that you've been wanting for a long time, and it's happened. So congratulations to those of you who want it, and for those of you who don't want it, and just be careful. You know, the energy is out there, so if you don't want it, then make sure you tell the universe not now. Okay, maybe another time when you're ready, when you feel a little bit more ready for it. For those of you who are single, I feel like this is a good weekend to be meeting somebody. So getting out there, I feel like there's people who invited you to parties and you didn't want to go. You don't really feel like going, but you know what? As a weekend approaches, I feel like you get more and more excited and you really, truly want to go. And when you go, you have a great time and you meet someone, you start dating, and voila, you have a relationship. But you know, it's going to take its time to develop, but that's great. Congratulations. And the energy that I'm feeling here is that things are very coming from a nostalgic nature from your childhood. I feel like you have wishes that are fulfilled. I feel like all the things that you want are coming in to fulfillment and are going to be granted in a very short period of time. So this weekend is going to be, I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, that this is a time that you may go away. Your partner may have a surprise for you, or you may have a surprise for your partner where you go away together. And it's very romantic. I'm definitely seeing there's a lot of romance and a lot of passion coming in. And I also feel like there's, to touch on business, that there's something to celebrate financially too. I feel like for those of you who want to open up your own business, it's a good time to be doing so. And so you start to celebrate that as well. So there's a little touch of that as well. All right. So Aquarians, that's what I have for you this weekend. So that looks pretty fab, actually. There's really not much negative in that one. So that's pretty great. So have a happy weekend, hanging out in the love shack. Have those angels with you for the weekend to keep things cozy and loving and warm and passionate within your relationship. So blessings to you. All right, so we're going to be moving on to Pisces. And this is for the weekend of December 1st to 2nd. December 1st to 2nd, 2018. Energy from the Angels of Love Shack. Whoop, haha. The moon, your card, Pisces. Look at that. So this is in the recent past. What's affecting you? This is the present. The future for Pisces, 1st and 2nd of December. All right, so Pisceans, for December 1st to 2nd, I feel, first of all, your energy popped out, the moon card. But you know, as I was shuffling, I was feeling like there's an energy of a lot of bickering and fighting and people not seeing eye to eye in your life. I definitely feel a lot of fighting energy, okay? I feel like there's a lot of underlying reasons of why those are happening. I feel like there's some gossip about you right now. I just feel like at this point in your love life, it's not really where you want it to be. In general, those of you who are with someone, some of you, I feel like there's a group of you who are content with who you're with. If you wanted this relationship, you have a choice that you can have it, but it's not everything you want. You see problems with it. It's not really quite what you want. So I feel like whoever, there's a group of you, who you're involved with in a new relationship, it's not what you really want. I feel like you have too many obstacles to go through in order for that relationship to work and to become profitable and where you want it to be. I feel like a lot of Pisceans are thinking about money and their future right now, and what's going to happen and who they're going to be with and how that's going to fit in with their bigger picture. Right now, there's a lot of things preventing you from seeing the bigger picture of the good things. So Pisceans, please, if you're having a little bit of a negative outlook on things right now, I feel like this is the time that you can start thinking about the energy that's coming in. And it isn't going to come in for you really and truly till next year, but you know, there is some things that you need to take care of. The Love Shack guides are sitting me down, Pisceans, and they're saying, listen here. You are not doing some of the things that you need to do to make your life go forward. And this is for a small group of you. I see some paperwork, I see some business things, I see some, in this group, some that you have to educate yourself about some specific thing. So for those of you maybe starting a new business, you don't really want to take those things, you're afraid of failure. I feel like for some of you, you may be needing to end a relationship that has been there for a long time. For another group of you, I feel like it's a job that you really need to change, and you just are comfortable, but you really want more, but you're afraid to go step outside. So for that group, I feel like there's business that you can do on the side, that you can transition to that, or you can actually go back to school. For some of you, re-educate yourself if you have the inclination and ambition to do so, and then go on to a whole new different career, which is pretty phenomenal as well. So I'm seeing that in line for a lot of Pisceans, and for this weekend is the opening energy of that. So you're really thinking seriously, and I really need you to think seriously about what it is that you want. What your words are, what you're telling yourself, the things that you're hearing, start to be a little bit more quiet. Stop being around so many things and people and having so much outside stimulation, and just go inward. I feel like you right now, this weekend, you are tempted to go and have a lot of outside stimulation, but you're sort of forced. I feel like angelically you're a little bit guided, and you're forced to lay down some of these problems that you have been dealing with. And I feel like some of you, you're stuck on a relationship in the past and you can't get past it. I feel like there's a group of you who are really, really stuck, Pisceans, that, you know, you're trying to start anew, and sexually it's not really working for you. I feel like you are kind of stuck on the past, but you're trying really hard to lay down those swords, and it'll come. it'll come, but it's just maybe not with the person you're with. I feel like that's maybe something, even as much as you want it to be okay, you're okay with it not being okay too. You kind of go with the flow with some things, but I also feel like coming close now is the flow is going to be more like a tidal wave at you if you don't take care of certain things. Okay, so this weekend I feel like you need to make up your mind to clean up some unfinished business. For those of you wanting to move forward within relationships, that's a must. If you don't, I'm going to warn you right now. I feel like this is a really heavy duty warning from the love guides. Your love life is going to be in disarray for the next 9 to 10 years, 11 years. 9 to 11 years you're going to be dealing with this if you don't deal with this now. And that sucks to me. So don't procrastinate. Please don't procrastinate on this one, okay? It's a little bit of a warning for you. I feel like this weekend is going to be some arguments for you all around, for you people who are single, Pisceans. I feel like for those of you who are single, definitely there's arguments with people in and around you. Those of you who are in relationships, oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna have some arguments this weekend. That's what I'm seeing, and you're gonna have some difference of opinions. Even if you just are quiet or whatever, in your mind, you're literally starting to separate yourself from thinking of the negative. I feel like you don't want to think any more negative, but yet you have to a certain extent to deal with some of the things that you have to deal with. But you don't have to get emotionally involved, okay, Pisceans? You don't have to get emotionally involved, because this Ace of Pentacles is telling me right now it is okay. But don't get complacent in this, because I'm telling you, there's some stuff coming up for you that you're going to lay some burdens down. But if you don't start putting action into some things into play and into action, it's not going to be good for you the next little while, I'm seeing. So, you know, it's been a little bit of a warning for you, like what you're going to put out, you're going to really see come back in tenfold. So whatever it is that you're putting out, if you don't like what you're getting back, then Pisces, like, take a look at what you're putting out too. I feel like that's really important for you right now, to balance those things. There is some shadow sides of things coming up front for you for the next little while. I feel like your ego is going to come up and play with you this weekend in relationships. So be careful, because your words can bite and sting, and it can really, really hurt people. And I also feel like for some of you on the opposite side, some people are talking and gossiping about you. I think this week I may put out some energy, some healing energies for people to basically separate themselves from past relationships, and maybe a healing one where if there's gossip within a separation, then I will make it so it's easier to separate from it within that realm, is what I'm seeing. So Pisceans, you got your work cut out for you, but in general, I'm seeing that even though there's this outside turmoil, that you can still have a good weekend. You know, I still feel like you still can have a good, loving, peaceful home, and I feel like you can invite people into your life, into your home this weekend, rather than go out. I feel like going inward is important, and releasing all the negativity is really important. Okay, Pisces? So enjoy your weekend and make the best of it, and keep progressing through some of the things you don't like. But yeah, I feel like if you do that, you're going to get rewards. Okay, Pisces? So good for you. Okay, Aries, let's just see what's going on for you here. The Chariot. Decisions. Things cut and dry. So I feel like you've made a decision in the recent past for this weekend. And I feel like in the more positive way, the energy is coming out in a more positive way. Okay, so right now you're juggling. This weekend you're going to be juggling some energies of negativity and positivity. And I feel like that is what I'm seeing there. The Tower coming down. So I feel like this weekend, because you've made some decisions, that there is going to be some really good things coming up for you. So we have the Chariot, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Tower, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, that's the bottom of the deck. So when I look at those energies together, I feel like you've made decisions. I feel like you have been juggling things. I feel like some of you who have been in a relationship, you have juggled whether you want to be in this relationship or not. You finally decided that, no, boom, you're done. You don't want this relationship. And then I feel like this weekend is the weekend that you meet the person that you want to be with. Okay? I feel like you meet somebody who is more on your vibe, and that becomes a better, I feel like for those of you who really need the support within your relationships for, I think that we all need this, but to a certain extent, but I feel like you're really feeling this right now, Aries, that you need the support you need to have the person that you're with to support you in your work. If you don't have that, then you're not going to be able to be financially successful. So this is important for you, and you're realizing this. You feel like your stuff has taken a downturn because you haven't gotten the support that you've needed. Maybe a little overindulgence is what I'm seeing too as well, Aries, because you felt like a little bit of chemistry, but then you're realizing that this is very much like your past relationships, and it's sucking the life out of you in a very short period of time. You're noticing this because you've been away from it for a while. Now it's back at you, and it's an opportunity for you to be like, nope, I don't want that. It's like the universe came back and said, do you really, really not want this? Do you really, really not want this? It might even have been an ex that's come back to you. And you're like, do you really, really not want this? You really, really not want this? You've been tempted. You took the bait for a little while, but now I feel, Aries, that you're like, nope, I'm done. I see way too many things going on, or even if it's a new relationship, I see way too many things going on, like in my past, and now you're cutting it right off, Aries. That's what I'm seeing. And because you did, you got this Ace of Cups in the bottom of the deck, and it is a new thing coming towards your way. So no matter what it is, I feel like whether it's been in work or whether it's been in relationships, or even some of you have overcome some addictions is what I'm seeing. So congratulations on that. That's really, really awesome. You're going to get rewarded. The stuff that you've put in, the energy that you've put in here, Aries, I feel like you're going to be rewarded now for those energies. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So Aries, I feel like, you're going to be very, very blessed from the heavens. When I look at this Ace of Cups, I feel like there's been a lot of turmoil in the last little while. You've needed someone there. The person that's been with you has been there, but they really haven't been there for you. You haven't felt it on a spiritual level. So you want to move on to more of a spiritual connection, and that's what you find this weekend. I feel like those of you who are single, you manage to meet the person. You have to make the effort. You have to go out, and you have to make the effort to meet the person. You have to go out with friends. If you're invited, go out. If you are alone, I feel like some of you go online and you meet someone online. I feel like, there's a little bit of effort that you put in, and this is the weekend that you're like cutting out all the emotional drama in your life, and you're finally healed through some things, and you meet someone who's able to support you, and you're able to move forward. So that's pretty amazing there, Aries. I feel like the heavens have blessed you. I feel like the heavens have blessed you, and innately inside of you, the right thing to do is to step away from the person that you're with and to move forward into something that is more positive, even if it means being alone a little while, but you're not going to be alone for very long, Aries, not at all. And for those of you who are in relationships, I feel like the same thing applies, but you're just working through the situation and the problem, and that you are no longer tolerating another person's problem. And you're like, that's it. It's either, you go get help, or I'm done. And then the person gets help, I feel like. So there's like fruits to all of your labors and your efforts that are coming through for you. And for some of you, you really know. Listen, okay, I feel like for some of you, you really know when this is the time to cut this off. You're like, my ex has come back. It's been a nightmare for the last 3 weeks or so. And this is the weekend that you're like, no way, I'm done. I'm not going through this. And if you do go through with it, it's like something bad's going to happen. It's going to be a big fight or whatever. And that's your definite synchronicity time to be like, no, I'm done. Like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And then you go out, and you do what you want. You have fun, whatever, but you're on your own. And then is when the person that you meet, or maybe the person has called you or whatever from the past, but you haven't really given the relationship much of a chance, and now is the time that it comes out. So this weekend's going to be fun. So this is going to be great, Aries. Happy weekend from the Love Shack. Hi, Taurus. We're going to be going into the Love Shack weekend and see what the angels want to say. The Love Shack is a little place where we get together and we hang out with the angels in my on the astral plane. So when we do this, there are angelic energies in there that wish to guide those in our love life and some other areas of life. But let's just see what they have to say for you this weekend in the Love Shack here. Taurus, Justice. So, whoop. Interesting. We have Justice. We have the Two of Pentacles. For Taurus. Okay. So I feel like, Taurus, that there has been an energy of difficulty within something financial. You've been juggling some finances. I feel like there has been some problems going on within this, and it has been causing some difficulty within the family unit. I'm seeing for some of you, you're going through divorce and you're doing the best you can so that everybody has an equal share. You're really genuinely trying to be fair. That's what I'm seeing, Taurus. And I feel like that's going to happen for you. You're seeing what you need and what has to happen for the future for all involved. And I feel like for some people in your family, whether this is regarding an inheritance or a divorce or whatever it is to do with like business or maybe selling of a house or inheritance, something of those natures, I feel like anything dealing with that, you are psychically connected in and you are seeing what's best for the betterment of your family right now. I feel that this is a major thing that's affecting your love life right now. I feel like for those of you who are dealing with all of this, you may have lost a loved one most recently that was difficult for you. I feel like there's been a lot of emotional problems. I feel like there was sort of a, they might have been a little bit of a difficult person at the end of their life. Of course, they're not meaning to. It's just the way the circumstances are. You've had to do a lot of care, and it's not been very pretty for you. And I feel like some of you have been dealing with some health problems also yourself, going through this. So you're sort of like trying to conserve your energy right now, I feel, this weekend. So this weekend may be a weekend for rest for you, Taurus. You're not going to engage in anything that's going to drain your energy anymore. You're balancing what's going on and you're seeing psychically what you need to do. And you may come in contact with somebody who is going to help you with your financial, or I feel like some of you is going to run into somebody who's going to help you with your separation from, I feel like some of you are going to go through a separation. Okay, so those of you that aren't going through that, I feel like you may be approaching this weekend. I feel like those of you who are engaged with a person or in a deep committed relationship, you kind of want a really romantic relationship. You really wanted to go away. It's not the time for you to be going away just yet. I feel like that's not coming until January, February, even March, February or March for next year for you. So this weekend is more of the time to connect in. I almost feel like if you were looking for something to do, take a tantric class with your partner. I feel like something like that is going to engage you, where you need to have something spiritually bonding you with your partner so that you can work on building a close connection, is what I want to say, a close connection. So you want the energy to flow back and forth, because for a long time I think you feel like you've been giving and not getting enough back, Taurus. And now is a time that you're kind of sitting back going, now it's time, you need to give to me. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are going to have a very romantic relationship this weekend, and you're going to have someone cater to you, I feel, this time around. So that's really great. I feel like in the past there's been some gossip about some things, but you've put a lot of that to rest now, and you are definitely moving on. I feel like some of you have just been through a divorce, and you're just starting to date this weekend. So that's really great. It's a time for you to get out there and enjoy yourself. And don't worry too much about finances. Just be balanced right now. Don't spend too much. I would say wait a little bit for spending money. I feel like maybe closer to Christmas is time for you to go spend money. Don't spend too much money right now, because you're not going to be happy. You're going to take back what you bought is what I'm saying. So just wait a little bit. It's going to be there. If it's meant for you to have it, it's going to be there in a couple of weeks. Okay, so don't get too spend crazy this weekend, Taurus. Just wait a little closer to Christmas. All right. So we're gonna get into energy of Cancer. Reading for Cancer. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, that came out like almost instantly. I feel like I was saying, you know, what is going on here? And it just felt like suddenly the energy just dropped in. So this weekend, I feel like there's going to be a lot of really things happening fast. You make a lot of quick decisions, and you're like, boom, 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 this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, and I see this is going to be really good and really passionate for you, Cancer. So that is wonderful. We have the Queen of Wands in the past. I feel like there has been some trouble with you being on the same page as with somebody. I feel like there has been recent breakups. You've now decided that this weekend you're going to start dating again. You're moving on. Also, just like the previous, just like Taurians there, I feel like you are also picking up on this energy, Cancers, and you're moving forward. I feel like some of you are going to meet somebody who has more along the lines of like what you do for work, and they make about the same amount of money as you, so you feel a little bit more on their level. So that's pretty exciting for some of you for this weekend. I feel like also some of you who have just had a recent breakup, recent divorce, that you are, I feel like you use your intuition when you're going to meet someone this weekend. I feel like you have a couple of things lined up, and you really use your intuition. You watch for red flags, you watch for things that have been approached or presented to you in the past. This is a weekend that, for those of you, it's like a little temptation. It's a comfortable thing. It's a good thing on the outside. But I feel like for a lot of you, you genuinely catch on that this is not healthy for you. And you're like, I'm not going down that road anymore. I've been there, done that. I'm not going down that road anymore. And you really balance that out. You don't get sucked in. You don't get reeled into what's happened already in the past. I feel like, you know, maybe an ex wants to come back, or somebody presents themselves to you. More like, I feel like somebody presents themselves to you that is very much like your ex, and you're like, oh, I am not dealing with this again. I recognize this energy. I'm not dealing with this again. And you like move along, and you kind of pull into your little house again, you know, you're into your little crabby self, Cancer, and you get all that stuff, energy into you, and then you move forward. When you move forward, that's when you open up your energy. I feel like you meet the person, and then you open up your energy, and then this flow of energy comes in and out. Like, it's like you psychically know when you're supposed to do that. So that's pretty amazing, Cancer. That's pretty awesome.